Hi, I'm Avneet, and this segment is further about anxiety and how at home you can do some small things which can help you to just handle the situation of anxiety. Okay, so for watching this video, you'll have to watch my first two videos which are on anxiety because they're all connected together. So let's start up. What first will you do when you are having an anxiety, when you know that things are getting overwhelmed? You'll just take a corner, just disconnect from the situation, sit down, breathe. So how will you breathe? Just let it go. And you just count your breaths, okay? One, then two, then three, like that. Just count it. Just take 5, 6 deep breaths, okay? Then just sit down and tighten your muscles. Like you're tightening your chest or shoulder, leave it loose. Tighten your abdomen, leave it loose. Tighten your legs, put it loose. So one by one, your all body parts will just tighten and just loose. So that will just release. That will just make your muscles relaxed. Okay. So once that is done, that is when you are having an anxiety. Okay. Other than that, you start having a good diet. Start having some healthy fruits and vegetables into your diet, which will help you to overcome this and have an active living. And having good food is always good. Just try to understand one thing. We are going to take small steps. We are not going to have a drastic step, okay? Or there is no miracle happening in a single day where everything will be all right in this world. It will take time. Everything does take time. In fact, time is one thing which heals everything slowly and steadily. All right, so we have to accept this. Okay, you can just have a self talk with yourself, in a room. When you are having those thoughts coming into your mind, just sit down with yourself, speak to yourself that all right, if my work is not happening, for example, you have a study situation where else you are not studying and your uh, things are not understanding with you, what will happen? What next will happen? What next will happen? What will be the worst case scenario? Let it go like that with the flow, and just see what is the worst case scenario. When you see the worst case scenario, you find a solution for that. Okay, the rule is not to focus on the problem. The rule is to focus on the solution. So just go in that particular direction, look forward the worst case scenario, and you see that what that worst most scenario can have as a solution. So you get confident that okay, I can manage that worst case scenario very much because I already have a solution. Half of your anxiety will be gone just by thinking that okay, you can handle that situation. So just go and sit with yourself and do that. And one more thing that you can start doing is, like, in your everyday thing, you can sit down for 10 minutes every day, write it down in your diary that what is worrying you for today. For example, uh, I don't have eggs at home, so I'm worrying about that. Okay, I'm not having cash at home, so I'm worrying that I have to go to the bank to withdraw the cash. Okay, then I'm having a worry that my child is not having enough food, so for today I have to see that he eats properly. Okay, these are just examples what day to day a person can have as an anxiety thing. So you just sit down and write those points which bothers you, because when you know that this is my to-do list which bothers me, you will make sure that you go ahead, complete them, and release your anxiety from which is related to them. Or maybe you just write it down and discuss with yourself that okay, we'll get it done sometime, and that is what is making me anxious, so that is okay. Then when you start writing down, the beauty about writing down is that you start finding your pattern of anxiety, that what things are actually making you anxiety. Okay, so you try to understand that okay, yesterday these things were making me anxious, today these things, then these things. You will see the underlying emotion behind this particular thing, and you will able to identify what is making you anxious. So when you know the pattern, it becomes little easy to handle it. Okay, but when you're dealing with it, make sure that you're being really kind to yourself. You don't have to be harsh to yourself. Remember, you're loving yourself by taking out solution for this. You're not harming yourself or punishing yourself for being anxious. It is okay to be anxious. All right, so just trying to find the solution, so you have to be kind to yourself while doing that. Then the best other thing that you can do is, when you are having this pattern ready with you and understood very well, then you can go for a meditation technique also, wherein you release those patterns, okay, and you try to see the good side of it. In my next video, I'm going to discuss about that meditation, and we'll be doing that meditation, okay, to just get rid of this particular anxiety that we are going through. All right, so that is one thing that we can do. Now specifically I want to point out, during lockdown, what kind of anxieties we are having and how we are going to come through across it. Okay, so let us understand one thing, that this lockdown has been difficult for everyone. And during this lockdown, what things we have most failed to do is having a proper routine, because we know there is nowhere else to go. So we sleep at any time, we wake up at any time, we eat at any time, which is so wrong. We are doing this completely wrong to our body. Our body is not used to this. Our body is having a biological cycle which is programmed to function according to it. So therefore it becomes very important to eat on time, to sleep on time, to get up on time. So stick to a proper routine, because that is how your hormones, your metabolism, and your functions happen inside your body. If any of these are not working properly, there can be sleeping disorder also in future. All right, so we are not wanting to do that. Secondly, we have to be mindful of each other, because we all are living at home. We all don't have that habit of living at home. So we have to understand one thing, that we are all in it together, and that we have to understand that cooperation is the only key that is going to help us all to live together. Okay, third, minimize your corona time. All right, I do understand that it is very important to be updated about what is going around, but it is not that important that 24/7 you are listening to that news and getting more and more anxious about it. Just take a time, that okay, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening about the updates, and that's it, you're done with it. You're not supposed to stick with it for the whole day of your life. Okay, your whole day has other things to be done, other productive things rather to be done, and this is not the thing that you're going to do throughout the day. Okay, then try to have a social connectness through phones and video calls, and keep calling your friends, your family members, speak to them, express yourself to them, and just have a good chat with them, which will lighten up your mood. And you will get reassured that everyone in it are together, and that everyone are feeling the same thing, so it becomes like a little bit comforting for you also to understand. Then if it is too much for you to handle, I would suggest go for a professional help. Okay, it's okay to speak to a psychologist or a counselor who will listen to you and listen to your problems. And with this, I would like to tell you that I'm here. Okay, if anything or anything you want to contact me, you do message me on the links given below, and I will get back to you. All right, I have specially plotted out my sessions, at a very minimum donation price, which is just 299 for 45 minutes. And I'm offering all these counseling sessions to people who are registering with me and taking appointments. So I am ready to offer that much at a very low price. So I am here to speak if you anytime want to speak to me about your anxiety, and I can help you out with everything. Okay, and the most important thing of dealing with anxiety is to take care of yourself. And I would like to tell you that take care. I'm coming with my next video to give you some exercises, and we'll do that exercise, like perform those exercises together, so that we will get good results, and we will definitely come out the anxious situation and live a happy and prosperous and joyful life. Till then, take care.